Hey, so this week in Rome, we read a little bit from The Art of Loving and just kind of jumped around and, we're trying to pick up the most concepts that we can through the book. But one thing that I can really relate to is a segment from chapter 4, The Practice of Love. And I'm just going to kind of tie it in with the importance of experiencing problems, experiencing love, experiencing whatever it is. And how we have to be open to that. So starting at the top, having dealt with the theoretical aspect of the art of loving, we are now confronted with a much more difficult problem, that of the practice of the art of loving. Can anything be learned about the practice of an art except by practicing it? The difficulty of the problem is enhanced by the fact that most people today, hence many readers of this book, expect to be given prescriptions of how to do it yourself, and that means in our case to be taught how to love. So Fromm gives a few guidelines, a few steps in the following pages. The first one being discipline, the second is concentration, and the third is patience. And these are all really, really important in learning how to do anything, riding a bike, playing the piano, whatever the problem that you're facing is. But another thing that I really find to be important in everyday life is a willingness to experience things. Say you have to step into a problem, two friends are fighting or something, or you get into a car crash, whatever it may be. If you aren't willing to experience whatever is going on, you're not going to be able to find a solution. There's going to be no answers. Some people, when we're thrown into these situations, we just completely shut down and we try and find the simple solution, which is what Fromm is talking about here, and how the readers of this book, it's called The Art of Loving. They're expecting to be told how to love, but you can't do that if you aren't willing to experience it. So in order to be able to do that, it's more, I think, a pairing of observation and reasonable judgment, maybe. So if you can look at the situation from an objective place as opposed to getting your emotions tied into it, and then that's generally what leads to the shutting down and saying, I can't deal with this issue, I can't handle it, then you will be able to handle it with that objectivity. And with love, as the book's talking about, you need to be willing to experience it. It's not something that comes easily. You have to be willing to kind of see yourself through another person's eyes, and with the discipline and the concentration and everything, it all just needs to work together, and it's about experiencing it. Life is about experiencing.